Kara is very visibly nervous.
Okay, so you get to the elevator, and I presume you grab the ID card?
Yeah.
Excellent. That is the correct answer. Okay, so you open the door, and he goes into another room, which is basically just a few elevators. So I presume you hail one of these elevators, get in.
Yes. Which one? She says, well, which one should we pick?
Which elevator?
Yeah. So, well, maybe some of them go to different places.
Can we look in each one, or?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you'd have to call 3 different elevators and wait for them all to show up, but...
Just push all 3 buttons like an asshole. Ding, ding, ding!
Yep.
After, like, possibly 15 minutes, and, like, some disgruntled stares from people who are riding these elevators and having their journeys disrupted, you identify that all 3 elevators seem to go to the same places.
Awesome. I'll step in one of them and look at my options for floors.
You have got 8 through to 12.
Hitting 12.
Okay, so you hit 12, the doors close, and then a voice says, "Please present identification for clearance access."
Are we by ourselves?
And there's yeah, it's like an automated voice, and there's a slot for you to like sort of swipe the ID card.
Oh, I do. I swiped that ID card.
Like the little display sort of flashes red for a second and says, "Sufficient clearance not granted."
Oh my god.
See, this is your threat.
8.
This is your threat from your thing earlier. This guy
hit
did not
8
have the
then.
clearance to go to where he wanted. He goes to 8. It's like level 8, and then starts moving.
Is there like splicing in this where you can like hack into stuff?
There is.
Okay, just curious because I didn't see it. I don't think I see it on this list of things.
It's
it'd be
on
mechanics.
computers. Is what
yeah,
that's
there we
under.
go. Okay. Just curious.
So you get to level 8, and it seems to be like... Level 8 sucks. It's like staff changing room, and a HR office, and like a lunch room for staff. For their free staff lunch, as opposed to... Though most people just go down to level 3 to eat the good food.
Get them crackers.
Get them crackers.
I'll look around and see if I can find anyone that looks like they might have better access.
You look around and you see lots of like custodial stuff, and like the greeters and stuff. Everyone seems to be the same level access. It wouldn't be too much of a leap to assume that there's another level like this further up for people with higher level access to use as their changing room, like the more important staff member.
What?
I guess we'll go back to the elevator.
Yeah, let's try out like 9.
Okay, yep. Once again, it asks you to swipe for see if you have the clearance. You do have clearance to 9, so it goes up to 9. Not a problem. And on 9, it's once again it's a changing room of sorts. It is a staff changing room, I guess. But there's a bunch of like Twi'leks and have you guys seen the film Showgirls?
Yes.
It's like a bunch of mirrors and stuff. This is where the strippers get ready, basically. You notice there's an elevator on the back of this room. That seems to be a completely different elevator.
She says that probably just goes down to where they perform.
I wonder. Can I do a perception check to see
sure.
if I see any ID cards just kind of laying around, like on a table or something?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see, that is. Okay. And what's the difficulty for this one? 2?
Difficulty 2, yeah.
Oop.
You don't necessarily see any ID, but you see a lot of boobs. A lot of most of the dancers are just walking around topless because this is what they do. So they have no shame. So you see a lot of like Twi'lek boob. You see like a breasted hut. She seems to have had implants to look more feminine. This one identifies as female. It's seems to be a hut dancer. Yep.
Jeez.
Well, people pay lots of money for things, and some people will pay a lot of money to see an erotic dance from a hut. So, and Gracchus does basically run Nar Shaddaa, so he's high enough in the family that he can force other huts to work for him.
Nice.
Yeah, she's got like a wig on, and it's in pigtails, and it's mildly disturbing. She's secreting slime everywhere as she sort of slithers around.
Oh God. That's what Kara says as she sees this.
It's like, ugh. But you do notice an older-looking Twi'lek dancer. She's dressed in Princess Leia bikini, as is standard uniform for most of these dancers, and she seems to be paying attention to you too.
Oh, Dunn. I know what you're doing, because you told me. Alright,
You clearly don't know what I'm doing, because I did tell you, but you've already met that person.
Oh, it's her?
Arbiter may be her, yes.
Oh, wait, no, I'm confused now. I thought you meant it was the lady I gave the 100 credits to.
Oh, no. It could be Arbiter who I was talking about.
Wait, so we see... I'm sorry, could you...
You see an
old... You see out for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, you see an older-looking Twi'lek dancer. She's orange skin, which is quite rare amongst Twi'lek. And she seems to have clocked on that you two are up here. Whereas the other dancers, and there's a mix of human, Twi'lek, some Togruta, the species that Kit Fisto is. The sort of green tentacle-headed things, there's a few of them. Humans, etc. But this one orange Twi'lek seems to have noticed you.
Interesting. Well, she's still just following Nexus's lead because she is very clearly out of her element here. And all the boobs.
Do you not know where to look?
Yeah, she's embarrassed and she's not sure where she should be looking.
It's like a young man in a lingerie store. I imagine, like, without knowing where to look, you just settle on looking at the ceiling or at the floor.
Yep.
So that one person has shown interest in us?
Well, she seems to have clocked you. Everyone else is either not paying attention or too busy getting ready to pay you any attention, but she seems to have.
Okay.
I'll say that I haven't seen her yet, because I'm actively not looking at people.
Okay, well, I didn't see any, like, cards or anything like that.
No.
One that looks...
Like, I mean, you see a bunch, like, hanging from, like, strippers' G-strings, sort of looped around and like tied on like a lanyard, but you don't think you could grab them without drawing attention to yourself. I mean, you could give it a go, but
Nah, I'll try and get back in the elevator and try for 10.
okay. You so I take it you lead Kara out.
Yeah.
Is there a limit on how often I can use a force power?
Nope.
Okay, well, I'm stupid. All right, so can I use Seek? Because I have that. She wants to find something.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna have to read Seek.
Although, I don't know. It allows the will of the force to lead the way to something lost or forgotten. Would that count?
Yeah,
So
sure.
like a higher level ID card?
Okay, and that's the parameters you're looking for a high level. Yep, sure. I guess give me a just roll a force dice.
All right. Oh.
Okay. So you can flip those. Because it's 2 black, you'd need to flip 2, so you'd need to flip 2 destiny points, and you'd take 2 conflict.
How exactly does conflict work again? I know what the point of it, but how, like, mechanically?
Mechanically, it's at the end of a session you roll against your conflict, and depending on what you roll, your morality shifts slightly. But even if you gain conflict, your morality can improve, depending on the roll.
Okay, fine. I'll flip both of them.
Okay, sweet. Boop. Boop. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so you notice this conveniently this orange Twi'lek has a higher level clearance than the card that you currently have access to.
Okay, she'll I kind of like poke Nexus and say, she has the card we're looking for.
Sweet. I will approach the Twi'lek.
Okay, so you sort of walk through, like she's on the other side of the room. You need to brush up against the hut stripper to get to
Oh,
it.
come on!
You get covered in goop.
Is there like agility that I can roll to not get gooped?
You
athletics. Can I athletics to not get gooped?
You can coordination to not get goop.
All right. What's the challenge level? I don't want to get gooped. She does not want to get gooped.
It's 3 because she's kind of large.
Shit, I got
No,
gooped.
no, you get gooped.
Here, I'm gonna try and not get gooped as well.
Oh, should I let?
Don't get gooped. Nope, I get gooped.
You get gooped. You don't get gooped as much as... That is Necro rejoin. Necro, remember to mute the hangout.
I did.
Okay, cool. Nexus is gooped significantly less than Kara, but you both get gooped.
Very
Okay,
visibly
well, I
upset
approach
by
the
this.
Twi'lek.
Okay, she sort of looks up at you and she's like, "And how can I help you, two good sirs?" She's
Two.
playing with one of her Leku as if like when people play with their hair, but she obviously didn't have hair, so.
I'm gonna look at her and be like, I want to trade ID cards with you.
Subtlety.
Now, why would I want to do that?
Because this ID card has more access than yours, which you could use to further your own personal interest. It's a bodyguard's ID.
She sort of looks at you and she sort of looks you up and down, and she says, I sincerely doubt that, hun.
My
Kara
name
once again is
Nexus.
just astounded
Not
by
Howie.
this audacity.
Well, you could just give it out of the kindness of your heart. Just to trade. Because we have need of it for very interesting goals that I think you would appreciate.
Sugar, you're on
Good
Shadan.
one.
No one does anything out of the kindness of their heart, so you're going to have to give me a little bit more information if you're wanting me to help you do whatever it is. Whatever no good you're up to.
It's to help. Okay, I'm gonna kind of whisper in her. It's to help take down the hut.
What?
She sort of laughs. She's all like, "Oh, it's your funeral. What exactly were you hoping to achieve? I'll see if I can help."
We need to find where he's storing his secret items that he may not want Imperial hands getting on.
Oh, is this about that investigation that I hear is happening? So which one of the others sent you? Was it Basma? Fubel? Which of the other huts sent you?
Tell her, Nexus, who sent us.
Kraka sent us.
She looks at the Twi'lek as if, yes. There's a look on her face as yes, he did just say that.
She turns to Caro and says, "Now this one might be pretty, but he's not talking much sense. Perhaps you, young lady, perhaps you can tell me what's going on here."
She, like, very slowly and, like, almost comically mouths the name Basma, but doesn't actually say it. And she's also very clearly nervous still.
Okay. Well, I hear that the Gracchus keeps things up on room 13. Level 13 even, not room 13. That's his private sanctum.
How could we get up there?
That elevator only goes to 12.
She sort of winks at Nexus and she's all like, not quite. What? I wish I could do like a Southern Belle accent. That's what I want it to sound like, but I can't. She's all like, he's not quite as dim as he looks. Level 13 can only be accessed by Gracchus's private elevator.
Which is where?
There's access on every level.
Including this one.
Yeah, sure. And she points over at a door, and it's like a slide door, and it seems to have an ID reader on, like a DNA reader on the hatch to open the door.
Will your ID get us in there? She says to her.
Oh no. Well, sugar. It's a DNA reader, so I'm afraid not.
So only Gracchus's DNA could get in.
Gracchus and his and key member of his staff, his favorite dancers, can get on can get up there when he requires private performances. If you catch my drift.
Kara now feels bad that she wiped the goop off of her. Because she's like points, I don't know if Nexus did that or not, but
I did not.
she says, well, we have this.
It's like, we have this goop.
He just points at him.
This Twi'lek is all like, now don't be silly, no one in a right mind wants to see a hut dance. Would you? And the hood sort of looks over because she can hear that she's being talked about, and she's like, "What?" And then this Twi'lek's all like, "You heard me, Bertha. No one wants to see you dance. You're repulsive." And then the
Bertha
hood
the Hut.
Bertha looks really sad. She's like, and starts to like cry and sort of slithers off, presumably to when she's sad she eats.
Oh my god. What a tragic one-off character for 2 seconds. Alright, well, Kara says, well, do you have any ideas?
Yeah, there's a few of the girls there probably working now. Down on.
Well, what about you?
Oh no, I used to be. I'm too old now. Highest I can get you is I could get you to level 12.
How much DNA do we need?
Not a huge amount. It's
Will we also need a card once we get past the DNA door?
Oh no, the DNA will open the door, and from there, Gracchus isn't gonna subject himself to ID checks.
She looks at Nexus. So we have to get some DNA.
Might be that there's bounty hunters that Gracchus has used in the past. You know, the regular types. They can probably get up.
It's starting to become more trouble than it's worth.
Car says, "Oh, really?" To Nexus.
Couldn't we just splice into it or something? I don't know. You technical?
Not really. I have 3 green in computer. Well, we have. Plus, everyone would see us doing it.
Well,
That'd
if
be
we went into the elevator and just follow me here, and you fail to splice it, supposedly some security system might go off, right?
I would assume so.
Quite possibly, whoever shows up on this floor for security probably has access to the 13th floor. For security reasons.
You want me to purposely get us caught?
I want you to try, and if we happen to fail, it still could work.
Car looks around at all of the dancers in the room. And then says, "Do you really think no one's going to say anything when I'm just sitting here trying to get through the door?"
We can have Bertha stand in front of it.
Car looks to where Bertha just ran, like slithered away. Says, "Nah, she's not having a good time right now."
Well, yeah, I don't think they're gonna
Bertha, just so you know, is currently there's like a bucket of it's like Necro paste. It's it's sort of like watery porridge, but it's sort of grey in colour. It's probably mostly nutrients and grease is what makes it up on a like sort of chemical level. And she's just sort of grabbing fistfuls of it and shoving it in her mouth. In between like huttish like sobs. And actually all the dancers around her are giving her a wide berth.
Jeez.
Yeah. Go for it. I think it'll be fine.
Okay.
The Twi'leks are like, far be it from me to tell you two exactly how to get yourself killed, but surely it'd be easier to just find one of the girls that has access to the level. I don't think it's much of a surprise to tell you that none of us exactly like the job.
Yeah, I think that's much easier. much I don't want to die today, Nexus. We're trying to get off the planet, not die on it.
Fine then. You can ask the girls. They probably relate to you more.
She snorts. Fine. Where? And she looks back to the Twi'lek again. Who would you have anyone in mind?
Well, there's Layla Mai. You'll notice her. If she's doing a stage show, she's the one with the swords. You'll see what I mean. And let's see who else is there. There's what's her name? The new girl. She's what the blue people. Chiss. That new Chiss girl. She Gracchus took a shining to her. She might be able to help.
And would they be down on the dance?
Yeah, they'll
level?
be on level 7. If they're not on stage or sort of milling around on the floor, they might be in one of the private rooms now. Just to warn you two, the private rooms they're not just for private performances. If you know what I mean in another wink. A lot of sort of backroom trade happens in those private rooms as well. It's a good. There's no security in those rooms, so weapons and the lights can be traded without there being any sort of record of it. And it's actually how a lot of us supplement our income, acting as brokers. So what I'm saying is, if you don't see it, don't go barging into one of the curtained-off side rooms, because you're either going to see something that perhaps you don't want to see, or end up shot.
Right. All right. Well, thank you. Why? By the way, why are you helping us?
She shrugged. She's like, I've been doing this 20 years now. I'm getting old. I'm falling out of favor, and Gracchus will probably sell me to one of the lesser huts before long, before I lose my value. And though I may not like Gracchus, he tends to take good care of his toys. Less can be said for the others.
Okay then. Well, thank you. And then she starts leaving because she does not want to see all the boobs anymore.
You can take the back elevator if you want. It'll go straight down to 7, and it doesn't play that ridiculous jazz music.
Car nods. Yes, I'm not gonna go there. Let's go. She starts walking toward it.
Okay, anything else, or?
I don't have anything else.
I don't believe so.
Okay, cool. You get in the. Are you going to the service elevator or the other elevator?
The one that she told us.
The back elevator. Okay,
Yeah.
this one it basically goes from 7 to what level is this? This is 8, right? No, this is 9.
This was 9.
It goes to 7. It goes from 9 to 7, and you basically walk in and there's a button and you press it. It doesn't ask for clearance or anything.
Okay, sounds good. Now, okay, so another question.
Okay.
How do I spend force points to do a thing? For example, what? Okay, well, seek. I have to spend 2 force points, but then I can gain insight into the direction of a person that I know about.
Okay,
regardless
so
of the distance.
because you're only force rating 1, you would need to roll the double white on the force dice.
Okay, can I try that?
Yeah, sure.
I just roll 1 force dice, right? Or there's other
Yeah,
things?
just 1 force dice.
Good.
No,
Nailed it.
You fail.
Okay.
If it was double black, then you could have flipped 2.
Yeah.
But because it's not, then you can't.
Well, I tried. Let's She looks to Nexus. I don't. How should we try to find her? Do you think? Or one of the two?
Well, I know they said not to go room to room. Are there any windows that we can see?
Windows.
I think right now we're just on floor 7, right? Just in the
Yeah, you
general
just come in
area.
the back.
I mean, I guess we'll just ask around a little bit, see if we can track her down to see where she's currently located.
It's like I'm looking for a stripper.
We're looking for
Well,
the.
is there like a counter? Is there like someone at like a counter or something?
Oh
like
yeah, there's a
similar
bar.
to-
There's a bar.
Can I order the stripper? We should
Ooh,
do
that's a
that.
good
He
We
walk
should-
up. He's like, "I'd
we
like to
should
order a stripper, please."
Yeah, we'll go to the bar and ask to be set up with the Chiss woman.
Or was it? Wait, did she tell us 2 people? Or
Yeah,
one?
there's 2
That we
people. Layla Mai and the Chiss woman. She couldn't remember the name of her because she's new, and because Chiss
Should we-
names are fucking ridiculous.
Should we ask for the Chiss or the lady that we know the name?
The Chiss woman.
Okay.
So the droid at the bar is all like, Chiss woman, computing, hold, 1 second, and then make some like whirring and beep boops, and then like a ding once the processing is done. Is all like, Lady Ashfor Mano Tal is currently engaged in a private engagement. Estimated return time 20 cycles. I'm saying a cycle is a minute. 20 cycles. Are you happy to wait? Or would you like me to search a catalogue for performers of a similar skill set?
I think we could just wait.
Yeah, what room is she in? Just so we can wait and wait for her outside.
I wish I hadn't asked that because now I've got to remember a name and I just said syllables. She is currently in unit 14C12.
Thank you. Start walking off.
Okay,
I'll follow.
alright. So you get to you walk like around the edges of the rooms. There's like these little cubicles, I guess, with curtains pulled over them. The curtains, though they look like silk and actually feel like silk if you touch them, they're quite thick, so they do dampen the sound a little bit. Not a great deal. Some you just hear like shushed tones coming from. Some you hear like very forced giggles coming from. Others have like very blatant sexual intercourse noises of various descriptions. The one that you're waiting behind, 14, what was it, C12? 14 C12.
Yep.
You hear, it sounds like a, what they're called?
Blender.
A Mon Calmara accent. And you distinctively hear something along the lines of, "Oh yes, butter me up." As for what exactly is going on in there, that's for your own.
Is the door locked?
It's not locked. You could like, it's just a curtain, so you could go in.
Kara's just standing there, red-faced, embarrassed at all of this.
Okay, I'm gonna try and like, as subtly as I can, get in there.
Okay, so are you just sort of pulling the
I'm not
curtain
gonna
aside
follow.
to peek your head in, or?
No,
Are
I'm
you-
gonna try and like fully immerse myself sneakily.
Okay. All right. So you there. Okay, you go in. So what you see Chiss woman. So for people who haven't played Star Wars, the Old Republic, I guess, Chiss they're basically human-like. They're just blue. Tend to have dark hair, bright red eyes, and this Chiss girl who is wearing like an apron. Um, it's not out of sex. It's not like a sexy apron. It's a practical apron, and she's got like a mop in her hand, and there's like a big bucket of what looks like molten butter. And this Mon Calmar, kind of like old, droopy-looking Mon Calmar, who is sat there, very nude, the most nude you could be. And this Chiss woman is basically basting this Mon Calmar in this butter.
Okay. Question.
The Mon Calmar seems to be enjoying this.
Question out of game. I wouldn't know this, or my character would know, but I don't. Do shooting a blaster on stun setting make noise?
It does make a noise. Like blasters aren't exactly the loudest of weapons anyway. But the noise probably, like Kara might hear it immediately outside the dampened room. But no one else would hear it because there's like music playing in the main floor.
Okay, well I'm gonna like army crawl my way to this guy who's getting buttered. Take out my pistol and like shove it in him as I shoot him on stun setting
Okay.
to try and dampen the noise.
Shove it in him? What does that even
I'm
entail?
interpreting that as in like the folds of his like fat rather
Yes.
than, and like
Yes.
in the
I
sag
guess
of his
I'm the
skin
dirty
rather
one.
than in the butt. The Chiss
I'm
woman has
sorry.
seen you make your way in, by the way, but she's not saying anything because it would. She's obviously being paid by the minute for this service, and she doesn't want to spoil the mood because it may spoil a tip. Because you're shooting
Well,
at
something's gonna get spoiled.
yeah, because you're shooting at
Oh my God.
so close a range. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. He basically goes, "Oh my," and slumps forwards. You've now got a naked Mon Calmar, slightly greasy from melted butter on top of you.
Note it on your inventory.
Yeah. I'll look at the Chiss woman and be like, okay, let's go.
She's like, "What?"
Yeah, it's time to go. We're going up to floor 13.
We'll go back to that in a sec. What has Kara been doing?
Standing there being embarrassed at all of the naughtiness she can hear, and just hoping Nexus gets finished quickly with whatever he's doing.
Okay, so from your perspective, you've heard, "Oh, butter me up," and then
And then, oh
and
my.
then Nexus is like, "I'm going in," and then you heard the "oh my," so you have no idea what's going on.
She is not going in there.
What's going on in that room. And then the announcement over the sort of like PA, I guess. So like, now introducing to stage C, Lila May, and everyone's like, "Hey, Lila May," and you hear that one guy who's like, "Show me your boobs."
Okay, is the main stage close to where we are?
You can see the main stage. They're sort of raised, and around like sort of sat, orbiting the main stage. Literally, they sort of go around on a conveyor belt. Or like minor stages with like poles on, and there's always some like Twi'lek or human or someone dancing around that in the main stage. Though it does have a pole, is bigger and has more floor space, and it's there's this Togru wearing the sort of like all the strippers who are dressed are wearing like the gold bikini basically. The strippers who are on drink service tend to take the bikini part off and just keep like the little loincloth thing on because they get better tips. But this Togru is dancing She has two. It's not a vibro sword. It looks. They're swords. The balance of them doesn't quite look like a vibro sword, which is the normal sort of sword that people would see day to day. And each one has like a long silk ribbon on. One's green, one's blue, and she's doing this intricate sort of sword dance sort of thing. Kind of like a fan dance, but with swords. It's like a dance of the Seven Veils, basically. That's the best way to describe it, but with swords and this like long, like 8 foot long ribbon on each one that is being twirled around her body as she does it, and it looks very impressive.
The real question is she naked yet?
No, she's fully dressed.
So she's gonna watch this because everything else is just disturbing her.
I mean,
she's gonna walk closer to the stage.
It's certainly sensual, but it's not like borderline obscene.
Okay, well then fine. Yeah, she's gonna walk to the stage and just watch.
Okay. Okay, back to.
You can describe more because I know this is your character from the other one. So.
Yes, this is basically my character from another game that I play. This is the character that I play.
That's what I would. If you're wondering, earlier I said I know what you're doing. I thought the lady was going to be your character that we met. That's why I said that, and I was wrong.
No, it's not that lady. It's this lady.
Okay.
Okay, but back to the private room with Nexus and the chess woman whose name I forget. And she's like, "No, seriously, what the drac have you just done? Do you know how much money you've just cost me?"
No.
So that Monkov fool Gippy reference to Never Tell Me the Odds the podcast, who also do Star Wars. I love you, Gippy Bindu. That fool Gippy, he pays me 2,000 credits per minute for this, and I still had 20 minutes now, and you've sort of kicks him. It's like you've stunned him. It's not going to be coming around for another 30 minutes.
You'll be back by then.
That's 40,000 credits that you've just cost me.
Or he fell asleep, and when he wakes up in 30 minutes, you can charge him for 30. Because we don't need you for that long.
No, you see, I've got engagements, and he prepaid, and he's going to complain to my manager.
No, you did such a good job that he fell asleep.
She doesn't seem overly pleased with you. She's like, what do you want?
I gotta get up to floor 13. Heard you had access.
I can get to floor 13.
Great, let's go.
What's in it for me?
A lot of money. All the money on floor 13.
Oh my god.
Just like that money's not yours to give.
No, but it's yours to take.
Okay, can I have a
I'm not doing
Oh my
one
god.
of those social roles? I'm not too sure what you. I guess negotiate.
I like how his. Go, sorry.
Oh, I'd allow a charm if you were trying to like flirt her into it, but you're not. So
Nope.
Yeah, negotiate, please.
What's the purple?
It will be 1 purple, and I'm going to spend one of these points because I haven't had the opportunity to do it. So 1 purple, 1 red.
Don't like that.
I like how your next strategy is just like blatant lies, and then just he like reaffirms the lie out loud to himself after he just said it.
That is not a success.
You did good.
And 2 threats.
So basically, that she's all like, "What's in it for me? All the money from 13th." It's like, that's not yours to give, but it's yours to take. And then she slaps you. So if you can mark yourself down as having 2 strain.
Wait, so she told me to shoot?
No, she slaps you in the face.
She slapped the shit out of you.
I shoot her with the stun gun.
Oh my god!
Okay, you're gonna have to roll to hit for that.
Okay. I figured she's a little bit closer because she slapped me, but I will roll.
Yeah, but she's she's still like with
She's
it.
already on edge for about you.
Okay, no purples, right?
2 purples.
2 purples.
So no purples, right?
Boop. Lots more threat, but
Okay, no, you do. So the little ring comes out and hits her, and she sort of staggers back and falls. But your 2 threat
Into the butter pot.
into the butter pot. No, the 2 threat is, and perhaps what you didn't know is all of these private rooms are set with silent alarms, and she bumps into that as she falls unconscious. The music stops from the outside. The like strobe lighting immediately goes to a normal like pulsing red, and a siren starts sounding.
I grabbed the ID card.
It's not a card, it's your DNA. That's
It
why I
is
was like wondering, what the fuck are you doing? Are you gonna carry out like a giant like a body?
No, then in that case, I have my
Cut her arm
iris
off.
sword, so
Oh my god!
I'm going to take a little bit of blood from her hand.
Okay.
Little prick of the finger, take some DNA.
Little prick of the finger with your vibro sword.
Kara immediately knows that this is what you did. The siren's going on. And she's not moving because she does not want to... Like, if they all descend upon you, she does not want to get closer in that moment.
Okay, so you've got the blood sample. I'm not 100% sure how you're going to transport the blood sample, but you've got it. And we'll leave it up to...
Can I cover my... Can I just, like, smear it on my hand so I could...
Yes, you could. That would actually work.
Okay. I'm gonna be red-handed.
Don't you have, like, orange skin anyway?
Yeah,
So aren't you always red-handed?
a little bit.
Okay, so I assume you come out at 14C12, and you see, like, the red lights flashing and hear the alarm. Wasn't Gracchus on this level?
He was on floor 5.
Or was it... Wait,
He
what
was
was
on floor
floor
5.
5 was gambling.
Are you sure? I thought he was on 7.
I'm fairly sure he was on 7.
I thought 7 was gambling.
No, 5 was gambling, 7 was strippers.
Because we went to 7 before we had to go to 8. We had to pass through the gambling.
We did pass through the gambling, and we went... Did we go to 7? We went to 7.
Yeah, because we had to go to 7 to get to 8. And
I'll tell you what, to make it easier, he's not there now. Even if he was, which I'm fairly sure he was, he's since moved on.
Either way.
However, you see like a bunch of... Because perhaps in the room you didn't quite notice that the silent alarm has been hit. I say silent alarm, it's not a silent alarm at all. It's a very loud alarm. So maybe you didn't know, but now you do. And a bunch of the normal patrons are sort of fleeing towards the door. A bunch of the strippers are just like getting under like chairs and stuff, or like flipping tables and creating cover for themselves. Layla Mai, who was dancing on stage, looks down at Kara and sort of sighs and says, "We're gonna have to go." And you recognise the voice as the person who spoke to you earlier. When Arbiter's voice wasn't modulated, you recognise the voice as hers.
So I just know it's her.
Yep.
What? She looks really confused. What? That's, she says what? What a like question.
She sort of jumps off the stage, grabs you by the wrist, and sort of drags you over to actually towards Nexus.
She just like lets it happen because at this point she's like, "Fuck it, we've already failed." So.
Okay, so Nexus, from your perspective, because you could not hear this exchange, a stripper has just jumped off stage and seems to be dragging your companion away, well, towards you actually.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Stand there and wait for them.
Okay, excellent. I was kind of hoping that you'd try to shoot. It would amuse
Why?
me. Because it seems like something that Nexus would do.
It does.
Are you saying he's trigger happy?
Yes, that is exactly what I'm
Yes!
saying.
He stuck a stun gun in his beehole and shot that guy. I'm gonna pretend that's the cannon. Even though it's still, you said it wasn't, but I'm gonna pretend it was.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah, I patiently await.
she gets up to you and she says, "You're an idiot."
Said, well, you're a stranger.
She sighs. She's like, "No nonsense," and she's like, "Just follow me."
Kara says she's the, oh shit, the Arbiter is what she would call herself, right?
Yes.
It's her. This is the Arbiter.
Well, don't quit your day job, I guess.
Could you please not shit talk the lady as she's like saving us?
Look, if she's heading, can I tell if she's heading where she's heading?
Well, I mean, she seems to be heading towards a sliding door with a DNA reader on it.
Well, there you go.
Okay. I'm like, okay, well, let's just see where this goes. I'm not thanking her yet.
Cool.
Okay, excellent. So she gets there ahead of everyone else, and she puts a palm on the reader, and then there's some whirring, and then a green light flashes up, and the doors slide open, and there's another set of doors, like elevator doors, and then she's like, elevator should be, if it's coming down from 13th, it might take a while. And then at that point, I'd like you all to roll for initiative for me.